Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We miss 2 days of not doing English speaking classes, English speaking practice, and not doing the lyrics. I'm confusing about the lyrics. Should I do the Hindi lyrics or should I step to the next level of English lyrics so that I can understand the better English listening capacity and speaking capacity, pronunciation, and other things that can be improved. Let decide later. And now I am also not listening the English podcast or any other English podcast that I am listening uh, 2 or 3 days earlier. I'm just writing a story by the Google Gemini about the hijrah of Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and speaking it on the mic and recording it for my future references. But now the problem is my vocabulary is not expanding, and I think there is both the advantage and disadvantage, the pros and cons, because the vocabulary I have, I should use them firstly, and should move to the next level of learning the new words, learning the new grammars, learning the new vocabulary words, and learning the new pitch, etc. So it is a win-win situation for me. I'm just trying to convey the message I have read. I'm just trying to convey my mind the message that I am learning about speaking English, and I think it is a good start. It is only a 6 days. Today is 13th January 2026, and I have already missed 6 days, 6 or 7 days, because I think it is my day 6 of English speaking. It is not confirmed yet because when I will upload it on the YouTube channel, then I will look, then I will saw is it day 6 or day 5. And now today there is a small changes. Sorry, today there is a small change. I'm not using my mic that is wireless and easily connect to my Mac, but but today I am using my wire mic, which is which was bought which was bought in 2020. I think 2020 or 2021, and I use it a very long time on very different conditions, very different occasions, and now I am using it again because I have three mics. One wired mic which has a very long wire, and it is a 3.5 mm jack. One wireless mic and one Boya M1 BY M1 MM1 mic, not BY M1, it is BY MM1 because it is a short and it is also known as the shotgun mic. I think this one that I am using a wire mic which I bought 2021 has a clear crystal voice, better than the wireless mic, because both mics have different use. One is best for the vlog, directly connected to camera, and because it has a very crystal clear noise cancellation, so it also suppresses the voice, and my voice naturally already is suppressed. Built-in mic is already damaged by the nature, so it is not a perfect use for me. Let's see how it works. My wired mic, how it works, how is cancel the handloom voice, how it capture my voice. Oh, I'm speak I'm speaking the English so fluently. Inshallah, when I will have some words, when I will expand my vocabulary, I thought and I think I can speak better. Inshallah, Allah nazar bas se bachaye. Let's start our today's story. As the foundation of the new community was laid, the Prophet ﷺ began to implement sophisticated social structure that transformed Medina from a collection of scattered tribes into a unified and civilized society. This era marked the transition from more survival to the establishment of a formal state. The Prophet ﷺ acted as a supreme judge, a spiritual guide, and a visionary statesman, ensuring that justice was accessible to every citizen regardless of their status or wealth. One of the most remarkable achievements of this period was the sanitation and environmental reform of Medina. One of the most remarkable achievements of this period, sorry. One of the most remarkable achievements of this period was the sanitation and environmental reform of Medina. Before the Hijrah, the city was known for being swampy and prone to fevers and illness. The Prophet ﷺ encouraged the Sahaba to improve the city's hygiene. He famously declared that cleanliness is half of faith, motivating the people to clear the stagnant. भाई बड़े तगड़े वर्ड हैं इसमें तो. He famously declared that cleanliness is half of faith, motivating the people to clear the stagnant water and maintain clean streets. This transformation improved the health of the population and demonstrated that faith is not just about prayer but also about caring for the physical world around us. Economically, the Prophet ﷺ introduced a new system of commerce that eliminated exploitation. In the market of that time, it was common for powerful merchants to cheat the poor. The Prophet ﷺ established a new marketplace where trade was conducted with absolute transparency and honesty. He forbade riba, usury of or unfair interest, ensuring that the poor were not trapped in endless debt. This created a thriving economy where even those who arrived from Mecca with nothing could eventually build their own business through hard work and integrity. The intellectual growth of the community was also priority. The intellectual growth of the community was also priority. The Masjid al-Nabawi served as the first university of Islam. In a section of the mosque known as the Sufa, students would gather to memorize the Quran, study the law of justice, and learn about the stars and the world. These students, known as Ashab al-Sufa, these students, known as the Ahl al-Sufa, these students, known as the Ahl al-Sufa, lived simple lives dedicated entirely to the pursuit of knowledge. The Prophet ﷺ emphasized that seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim, which sparked a thirst for learning that would eventually lead to the Islamic Golden Age. Furthermore, the Prophet ﷺ demonstrated incredible diplomacy when dealing with the neighboring tribes. Furthermore, the Prophet ﷺ demonstrated incredible diplomacy when dealing with the neighboring tribes. He sent emissaries. He sent emissaries and letters to various leaders, inviting them to peace and mutual cooperation. He proved that True power does not come from the source, but from the strength of one's character and the clarity of one's message. He thought his fellow He taught his followers that even in times of conflict, there are strict ethical rules. One must never harm a tree, never hurt a woman or a child, and never destroy a place of worship. As the months turned into years, the city of Medina became a sanctuary of human rights. For the first time in history, women were given the right to inherit property. Sorry. For the first time in history, women were given the right to inherit property and the vulnerable were given a voice in the highest councils. The Hijrah was ultimately a revolution of the soul. It proved that when people migrate away from selfishness and towards selflessness, it proved that when people migrate away from it proved that when people migrate away from selfishness and towards selflessness, they can create a civilization that remains a blueprint for humanity for over a thousand of years. For over a thousand years. It proved that when people migrate away from selfishness and towards selflessness, they even create they can create a civilization that remains a blueprint for humanity for over a thousand years. I just give a prompt to the Google Gemini that now it should use the next level hard words so that I can better my pronunciation, better I can better understanding the words, the vocabulary. इससे पहले मैंने प्रॉम्प्ट दे रखा था कि मुझे इस तरीके की स्टोरी लिख के दो जो मुझे 8 साल के बच्चों को सुनानी हो 2000 वर्ड्स में, तो दोनों स्टोरीज अलग अलग थी. नाउ आई विल कंटिन्यू फ्रॉम द एंड पॉइंट ऑफ द स्टोरी. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.